You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and Auto Camp, I just slept under them. Picture me serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
For relaxing times, make it Triviality time. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bill Murray.
The game where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. You're welcome.
It's a show and a game?
Huh?
It's both the game and the show?
It is a game and a show.
It's a game.
It's a game show, for example.
Whoa.
Yeah.
400 and some odd episodes, and I'm just finding this out.
Yeah.
420.
But the tagline is the game. That's the important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a game show, but the tagline's the game, like Triple H.
Yes, it's all about
Where
the
does
game
tagline
and how you
come
play
from,
it.
Neal?
And how you play it. That's right.
Why do they call it a tagline?
And today we're playing it under very special rules. It's a tables, ladders, and chairs game today. Neal, did you remember to bring the tables, ladders, and chairs?
I brought the barbed wire. Does that count?
Oh, you didn't? You forgot it?
I forgot the other parts, but I brought barbed wire. Like that one guy that yells and jumps on stuff in his backyard.
That kind of really messes up our plans today then.
I have
if we don't have any tables, ladders,
pyrotechnics.
chairs. What?
I have some amateur pyrotechnics.
We don't need that. We need tables.
You have tables and
ladders,
chairs.
And chairs. I know. No ladders.
Just a
though.
step
So
stool,
what's the point?
possibly.
What's the point then?
You put the chair on the table. That's how you get the height.
Well, since we don't have any
Not recommended.
since we don't have any TLC, I guess we're just gonna have to play with no rules today.
Oh.
Yeah, no rules. Unfortunately, yeah, it's going to be a backyard brawl, but we have some great people that we're gonna bring in to play today. Jeff, before we get started, you asked where's the origin of the term tagline come from. Originally, it was in printing and advertising in the early 20th century. As you know, it's a short, catchy phrase tagged on at the end of an advertisement. In journalism and publishing, a tagline was a typesetting instruction used to mark the end of an article or a story.
I mean, I've heard it so often in film, I thought maybe it had a film origin, so it's good to know.
Yeah, well, like everything in film, they probably stole from somewhere and took the credit. So
Neal Googled that very quickly, so thank you, Neal.
yeah, you're welcome. But let's introduce our backyard brawlers today. We're going to start with someone who hasn't been on the show. We're very excited to meet him and hang out with him today. Coming to us from the place of my birth. That's why he's here. Atlanta, Georgia. Is an Oakland 5 supporter on Patreon, and that is Tyler Millage. How are you, Tyler?
I'm doing well. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself and anything else you'd like to shout out.
Yeah, you mentioned I live in Atlanta, originally from Wilmington, North Carolina, the home of the Venus flytrap and the star of Space Jam, Michael Jordan.
Nice.
Yeah, been in Atlanta for about 5 years and loving it.
Are you saying that the Venus flytrap is native to your area? Is that?
It is native to the 100-mile radius of Wilmington, North Carolina, and nowhere else.
And
on
that's
Earth.
it?
That's it.
Wow.
It can grow elsewhere, but that's where it's native.
Actually, you know what? I think I've heard that once before, completely forgot it, and now I'm rediscovering it. I appreciate that.
Now, have you sampled the chili dogs at the Varsity?
I have not made it to the Varsity yet. I've heard it's one of those tourist trap kind of places that's not really worth the hype. So,
well, do it, but what's not worth the hype is the morning after, or the when you go to the bathroom. But just be prepared.
You won't even make it till morning.
You won't make it till morning. That's right. But no, thank you for being here. We're going to be playing as
that's actually what that new movie Until Dawn is about.
Just holding it until you're in the bathroom until dawn. That's the colonoscopy prep until dawn. Yeah, which is terrible. But no, thank you for being here, Tyler. We appreciate you. And also thank you for being a patron. Means the world. So we're excited to play with you today. We need a host, and one host with the most that we've had on several times that we always love having here, coming to us from St. Pete in Florida, Rules Guy impersonator on Patreon, Anne Putnam. How are you, Anne?
Ahoy, hoy, gentlemen. You know I'm always happy to be back.
We love having you. Remind people who you are, what you do, address, social security, blood type, and anything else you'd like to share.
Blood type is the one that mosquitoes want to bite all the time.
Yep.
It's Opaz, though. Everybody has it. So it's really not that special. But during the day, I do a boring, remote, exciting medical job. But at night, I am a local trivia host at a local brewery. So I love to be a Patreon to give back to you guys that I may or may not occasionally steal questions from.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Never
That's
happens.
how trivia works.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And we had a really great Star Wars episode with you recently, which was so much fun. I hope everyone's enjoying that.
I am very, very happy I could give Tim Dipple another notch on his fandom belt because I as much as he had some competition in that game, Tim, I think, mentioned Star Wars once every single podcast he ever does. So I'm glad I could give that to him.
Well, and I hope you
It played kind
I
of
hope
hard.
you enjoyed the art because you specifically requested the Sarlacc Snorlax. So I made sure to do custom art just
I've
for you.
actually, it's framed on my wall in the other room. I'll show you later.
I'm glad.
It's beautiful.
I'm glad someone's enjoying it.
I must have missed that.
See,
one.
now I remember being there. That's
no,
the
I
thing I
remember
remember.
I had you consult on whether the Snorlax it should be his Sarlacc mouth or a full body Sarlacc.
we all voted on it.
Are you
The
here?
full body was definitely the way to go.
Are you here right now, Matt? Are you conscious?
Am I here? Is anyone here, really? If you
That's
think
true.
about it?
Well, I agree with that. So we got two medical professionals in the building today. So if one of us drops down, are you going to be able to help us?
Remotely?
Remotely?
Yes, they're going to give you remote CPR, Neil.
I'm
Like
CPR
staying
certified.
alive remotely for you, somebody else to do the compressions.
That's right. Tyler will put on Queen, Another One Bites the Dust, and Ken will do the compressions.
Now,
No,
Matt,
How deep is your love?
How deep is your
actually,
love?
is the- Yeah.
cave your chest in, Neil. Now, Matt, a couple episodes back, I asked you to drape a cloth over your microphone arm to stop it from vibrating, and now you seem to have like a magician's cloak draped over it. What is that? It's like
Draped in velvet, like George
It is
Costanza.
a
bathrobe.
velour blanket that my cat sleeps on underneath my bed.
it looks very sensual.
Matt picked it up at the old Sybaris.
Only the
last
finest
trip.
cloths for my cat.
And the microphone arm.
Yes.
Well, I thank you, and the listeners thank you for that noise reduction.
No problem.
For that incredible visual medium.
Matt
that
sleeps on
everyone
like
can
an
imagine.
8 thread count, but the cat spares no expense.
for my
He has
Merlin
the other
cloak.
292. Ken, what are the rules for today? I guess there are no rules.
Yeah, there's no rules. I believe we have 20 to 25 questions today. And we're going to play as a team with Tyler helping us out. And we are excited. So since we don't have the tables, ladders, chairs, this is what you get.
Yeah. Any team name, Tyler, you'd like us to play with today?
My go-to in pub trivia is always Canadian tuxedo.
All right. Well, let's be the Canadian tuxedo then.
Tomorrow
Better
is
than a Colombian tuxedo.
Justin Timberlake Day, so it's a great time to pull out the Canadian
Oh,
tuxedo.
Matt, you ruined
I
it.
ruined it.
Keep your mouth shut.
I was ready with this surprise. Okay, go ahead.
Well,
Take it away, Ann.
Today's game, I know we had a really fantastic game that reviewed like 2024 where we were able to get a little bit looser in that game. So hoping I can influence some of that attitude again with the 20 question game that I have today. And all of the categories are going to be quotes from the television show Arrested Development. I used the quotes as inspiration to write the questions. So if it is not completely obvious why the quote inspired the question, this is my hint to you that it may be a hint to the answer. So just kind of sometimes we can laugh and give up, but do keep in mind what the question is. You don't need to be an avid watcher of Arrested Development, but I think some of us are. However, obviously, if you've seen the show, I imagine I can't probably get through all of these quotes without laughing. So we'll see how we can do with these next 20 questions.
Sounds good.
So let's get rolling. Question 1. So fresh off my last hosted Triviality show of Star Wars, and I was able to honor Tim Dipple. So thank you. You're welcome, Tim. Thank you, me. The first question is going to be in the category of here's some money. Go see a Star Wars. Star Wars Episode 4 had a budget of $51 million adjusted for inflation, with an estimated $3.6 billion in all-time revenue. Of the 11 live-action theatrical releases, which Star Wars film had the highest production budget, with estimates ranging from 350 to 440 million? I saw various numbers, but across the board, this one had the highest production budget.
You said up to 440 million.
Up to 440
adjusted
million.
for inflation.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start out and think it's one of the prequel movies.
Right.
That's also the direction I was headed.
Because if it was 440 million and it was one of the recent ones, that would probably make it one of the most expensive movies of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like special effects are cheaper now than they probably were when they were running them out.
I do feel like making
prequels.
thousands and thousands of clones could not have been cheap.
Copy paste, copy paste.
What are you thinking, Tyler?
Do we think they went big for the first one?
I kind of like that.
I think pod racing was probably really expensive.
Oh,
those pods really cost a pretty penny, you know?
Yeah.
I have a different opinion, but I
different.
I like yours though. I think because Force Awakens is top 10 all time highest grossing movies ever.
But what about how much it was to make?
I feel
it was a lot of money.
I thought they went back to
I
more.
think it was like 450 million. I think
they
Really?
they wanted to go back to practical effects for that movie. Wasn't that like the big focus that they were like touting and that kind of thing?
I just remember it being a big deal.
Practical effects are expensive. Like,
my gut is saying that, but I like your reasoning though, because I mean George Lucas overspent a ton on blue screen, you know, all that stuff in the 90s and everything.
A two-sided lightsaber that had to cost at least 100,
Twice as much.
200.
I'll trust you guys.
Plus the actor that played the other pod racer was very demanding on his salary.
They had to hire aliens, so it probably cost a lot to travel them. Yeah, right. He had a very good
We're
agent.
going to say episode 1. Is that right? Yeah. We'll say episode 1.
Okay. I would usually go with Neal if it's a movie question. His gut
But
was
in this
correct.
case,
This movie lucked out having the highest budget and also making above and beyond the most revenue. This is The Force Awakens.
All right. So 10 credits to Neal and 0 to us.
My guess is they probably wrote the script in the early 2000s and they hired like 10 writers because they couldn't get it right, and so they probably spent millions and millions doing that too. Building sets.
Not cheap to de-age Mark
Surprisingly,
Hamill.
the two.
That's
Ooh,
right.
Go ahead. Yeah. The two surprising ones right behind it are actually Solo and then the Jedi. So Solo almost lost money because it was like 300 million and then only made like 320.
Where's the justice?
I never even saw Solo. I passed.
So you're the problem.
I'm the problem.
yeah, you're the problem for Disney.
3 different directors on that too. Yeah.
They're
Maybe that was
struggling,
the
Matt.
Yeah.
Poor Disney. Poor Disney.
They need a break.
Yeah.
Question number 2. Portugal. Well, gonna live it up in old South America, aren't we, Michael? Portugal, which is a country in Europe and not South America, has what southernmost region nicknamed the California of Europe? Popular with tourists for its grotto-filled beaches, fishing villages, and golf resorts.
I don't know how to spell this, but do you think it's that?
I know this one. I'm gonna refrain. I'm gonna let you guys talk. This is from the Cristiano Ronaldo book I read, so I can't.
Okay. I thought
he's
you
well
spent your
acted.
winters there.
So
No, I wish.
what I believe
Tyler,
you're
do
thinking
you do you summer in Portugal?
I don't use any season as a verb. I'm not there yet.
That is a tax bracket move. Yeah.
I'm lost on Portugal.
Do you 2 week or 1 week in Portugal?
I heard
do
if
not.
you 1 week every year for 5
Yeah,
years,
it's been.
you can apply for EU citizenship through Portugal. So I'm considering
How long do you have to be there?
one week a year.
For
Wow.
for five consecutive
consecutive
years.
That's not bad though.
Bare
Probably
naked lady.
fake news. Jeff, I'm gonna fact check you. What were we all thinking?
Whatever Neal was thinking is what I was thinking.
Where's Mallorca?
So Mallorca
type
is
of
a
bread.
sunshine island, one of the Balearic Islands, I believe, in the Mediterranean
So not
Sea,
that.
and it belongs to Spain.
Okay.
Mallorca is named
wasn't
Willie,
too
and he
far
needs to
off.
be free.
Is it?
I hate how much I like that joke.
Do they have a wine
so
mixer
good.
out there?
The Catalina wine mixer?
It's not Catalina.
It's not Catalina.
Do you have any medical business in this region, Tyler?
No.
Maybe one day.
What do we got, Neal? You seem to know.
I'm lost on this one, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think Ronaldo has a place there yet, but I know he's visited quite a bit. I think it's Algarve or Algarve, something like that.
Does everybody agree?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Anybody
seeing as
heard
how
of
I've
it?
never heard of that.
Ronaldo being Portugal, the man, we agree, right?
Ronaldo comes in clutch. This is Algarve or Algarve. I'm not entirely. I'm gonna lean with Neal, who wrote a book on it. So
I've only read it.
Algarve.
I've never heard how it's found. It's not even in the book, but I just know it from the reach. Because Ronaldo's from Madeira. Algarve,
That's
there you
the
go.
Spanish pronunciation. The Algarve.
Sure.
See, you get the stuff cut from the book when you listen to the show.
That's right. All the stuff they tell me is too long. Cut it.
All right. Well, so far Neal is feeling pretty
2 for 2.
sharp today. Right before we recorded, he said, "I'm not feeling so hot. I got a migraine, so I'll probably just keep my mouth shut." And now he's 2 for 2.
I got about 5 minutes left, so we'll just make use of it.
This is his flu game.
The next question is the final countdown.
Yeah.
Well, the next question actually is a popular quote from Arrested, but I can do the Has anyone in this family ever seen a chicken? On the YouTube show Hot Ones, NSYNC has the current record for the most members to take on the wings of death at one time. What musical group had the previous record with 3 members burning up the chicken wing interview at the same time?
Tyler and I are on the same wavelength here. I think you know it, Tyler, and I feel it.
Yeah.
So burning up was the key phrase here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
Tyler's answering the SOS, I think.
This was one of my favorite episodes, if I'm correct. Was it the Jonas Brothers?
That's what I almost 100%. Yeah, I think it is the Jonas Brothers. I think you're right on.
How do you recall them faring?
They were much funnier than I thought the Jonas Brothers would be, so that's why
Jonas
stuck out
Brothers
to
are
me.
great. The lesser ones and the one who's not in the band host that show on where about famous family members, and they got to guess who their famous celebrity is. Great show.
Do you mean
Franklin Jonas?
Do you mean the bonus Jonas?
The bonus Jonas.
The lesser
Are you
Jonas?
saying there's a fourth one?
There's a fourth
There is,
Jonas who's not
There's
in
a
the
fourth
band.
one who doesn't do music?
Yeah.
Correct.
No, he just like watched him tour and stuff.
Oh my God.
I know.
Jonas
It's
Menorah.
like it's like the other Manning brother. That's tough.
Oh, man.
Tyler,
Tug
favorite?
Manning?
Yeah, exactly. Tyler, favorite Jonas Brothers song?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot.
There's too many, right? That's why.
I mean, do you want album or do you want song?
Oh wow, you got whatever you want.
Neither.
Anne, are we right? Is it the Jonas?
You
the
are.
Jonai?
Yes, this is the Jonas Brothers.
The Jonai.
It's the Jonai.
Yeah, the Jonai. Yes.
That would
plural
only be if
of
Jonas was spelled with a U.S.
I don't think it even works.
That's
that
how
way.
Forrest Gump pronounces their name. Yeah.
And I was gonna, give away when we were filming this by playing, but we can't afford that.
Tomorrow,
Well,
actually.
we actually we get copyright strikes on our YouTube uploads because it just automatically uploads to YouTube, and whenever we play any music, we end up getting YouTube strikes. And
That's literally as much as we can.
for the
Thankfully, Lou Pearlman's dead, so he
Nobody
won't get
heard
any
it.
more of that
Nobody
money.
even knows what it was. Yeah, it is. I almost forgot today. It was around like 7 p.m. that I was like, it's April 30th. And I had to open the box and let Justin out. Question number 4. I mean, it's one banana, Michael. What could it cost? $10?
These days.
I am impressed I got through that. I really thought I was going to crack up. Woo! $10 bananas. We're getting there. We're getting there. Any day now. Those with banana allergies may also react to other fruits like avocado and kiwi. However, many anti-banana grabbers allergic to bananas can also have a cross reaction to what non-food raw material derived from a flowering plant and used in a wide variety of man-made products.
that banana grabber mascot. You got to hold on to the animation rights, I believe. It's the key.
Look,
Michael is Siegel. So we're thinking about a product that is widely used.
this is interesting because I have some allergies to these things, but they're really not to the fruits. They're to the pollen on the fruits, right?
Weakness.
Have you grabbed many bananas, Tyler?
I care to discuss, but you said flowering plant or
It derives from a flowering plant. But it's used in man-made products and it's a non-food raw material.
my thinking was latex, but I think that's a tree and not a plant.
I mean, a tree is a plant.
It's a subcategory. of
Some
plant
trees
for
flower,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
Like cherry
true.
blossoms flower.
Latex is not a
Dogwoods.
bad. It's common. It's common allergy.
Yeah.
There's no cotton allergies, right?
Not that I know of, or linen,
That
or
would suck.
yeah, or like rubber is a tree, right, from the rubber tree. But latex is a much more common allergy.
Yeah.
I think that's a great
That sounds
answer.
great.
Yeah, if I almost kind of want to make sure that I didn't goof here with plant over tree, but the answer is latex. Excellent job,
right.
Tyler.
Tyler's 2 for 2 now too.
We're
Oh,
just talking semantics here.
All right, well then, Matt, Ken, and I are gonna go take a break.
Yeah.
Now, who knows about a latex allergy from experience? Nobody?
I have not.
No,
had
I'm not.
experience with
No, I'm not allergic. Yeah.
I mean, working in the medical field, like we always had to have both gloves.
What is the other glove? What are they made out of? The other ones?
nitrile, usually, or
Chemicals.
Chemicals. Yeah.
Some form of dead dinosaurs.
Yeah. Where are we at? Question number 5. Fantastic. Question number 5, and that is why you always leave a note. The note is the 18th episode of Seinfeld, where Jerry convinces his dentist to write a medical note to secure free massages for the group. In this episode, Kramer claims he saw what famed Major League Baseball center fielder, often mentioned in music, eating dinky donuts with unbreakable concentration akin to his career, where he won 9 World Series rings.
He was locked in. Yeah. That's why I love that episode.
Oh, so who's
I
the
can prove it.
who's the figure here that we're talking about?
He's featured in a very famous song by Madonna. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I figured. I'm blanking though.
My
I
real
wouldn't
question
take him
though,
as a Dinky Donuts man myself.
Joe DiMaggio.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a Yankee if he won 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he dated someone even more famous than him.
Marilyn
So we're
Monroe.
gonna go with Joe DiMaggio.
That is correct. Yeah, there's like multiple. I mean, there's, gosh, I think there's a. I can't even remember now. They've all gone out of my head, but there's like 6 songs that mention
We
Joe
didn't start the
DiMaggio.
fire.
We're gonna start the
We didn't-
fire.
Yeah. Like,
Most likely.
all I could think of was "Here's to You," Joe DiMaggio, and I'm like,
yeah.
which one is that? Like
It's from The Graduate.
Paul Simon?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
yeah,
So,
so-
Joe DiMaggio and Kramer slamming on the tables in order to try and get his attention.
So after 5 questions there, we got 4 right. And if Neal had his way, we'd have all 5 right. But,
But he doesn't always get his
can't
way.
get everything that you want.
That's all right.
I
That's all
gotta
right.
throw him a phone once in a while. Number 6. It's the only hair he's got. He's an alpaca. Alpacas have many fun facts. Like, please read up on alpacas if you haven't. It's fascinating. They only have teeth on the bottom of their mouths and possess a castration tooth that is nicknamed for their habit of trying to snip off rival testicles. The alpha alpaca is highly organized, even designating a specific area for what activity. It's a clever evolutionary trick to reduce the spread of parasites and disease.
Are you an alpha alpaca or a beta alpaca, Jeff?
Well, I'll tell
Inside you, there are 2 alpacas.
Let's check his testicles. See.
Do you have upper teeth is the real question.
I want to dispel real quick that like most of that like alpha beta dynamics don't exist in nature.
Well, the
and are
alpha
based
wolf is based on, but now we've discovered that there is an alpha alpaca.
Oh,
so all these
and I've seen-
dude bros should be comparing themselves to
Yeah.
alpacas instead of wolves.
or lionesses.
Do we think it's that these dude bros, if they followed the alpaca lifestyle, would cordon off an area for them to defecate?
Oh, I mean they've definitely cordoned off other areas to evacuate.
Yeah.
You said Oh.
So, yeah, reduces the spread of parasites and disease.
That would definitely be a way to have a separate bathroom in your nature.
Got to have your own poop spot.
What do you think of that, Tyler?
I think they independently invented plumbing. So, yeah.
They're very nasty, Yes, this is, so there's like legit videos of alpacas finding new areas, and then the alpha alpaca will stomp around in a circle, and then he'll just stand there, and all of them will follow him, and they all go to poop at the same time, and then they walk away. So the alpha determines where the pooping pile goes.
I thought he had his own poop spot. He determines a group poop
he
spot.
determines the pooping pile.
Neal, is this why you've been doing that all this time?
That's right.
Just to assert dominance over us? I thought you were just being a good host.
That's why it's the sweat lodge in here, because there's a defecation corner.
I thought you were just showing us where to go, but you were asserting dominance the whole time.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, could you imagine if the whole bro culture was based around the idea of like, I decide when we poop, gentlemen.
When and where.
All the alpacas need
You
to do
will
is
hold it until I tell you to release.
Until we get to the party, Steven.
That's right.
alpacas just need to get into the corporate world, because then they can poop on company time. They'd be living the life.
Always poop on company time.
Yeah, but there's not enough stalls because they all go
Yeah,
together.
right.
That's the origin of the troughs at Wrigley Field.
Wrigley
That's right.
Those
Yes.
alpacas.
There's some real alpha activity in there for sure.
Some people are really alpacan, if you know what I mean.
Oh, wow. I'm going to transition on that
Yeah,
one.
let's move on.
We're waiting for you, so we're just filling the empty space with inappropriate jokes.
Why would I stop this? Why? Question 7. There's a good chance I might have committed some light
treason.
treason.
Just a little bit.
Light treason.
Yeah, that was a classic.
A note delivered to Lord Monteagle's footman, warning Monteagle to stay away from his seat, led to the exposure of what failed treasonous act by some Roman Catholics.
So, Tyler, you're nodding your head like you used to hear this in a childhood story.
Actually, I model my haircut after Natalie Portman in this movie.
I see.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking, too.
You cut my hair.
Does that,
But
does that
Tyler,
ring
you
a
don't
bell
have
for you
hair.
guys? No?
I can't say I've seen that Portman film.
Where she has a shaved head?
Yeah, with
Matt,
Ken's
I
favorite
think I saw
agent.
it in the 5th of November. Is that the same movie?
Oh.
That's right.
Okay,
So-
then I have seen it.
Tyler, you want to do the honors?
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder plot? Is that what it was
Treasonous
called?
plot, yeah.
So we're going to say the Guy Fawkes gunpowder plot.
That is correct.
Thanks for
Thank
putting
you,
a
Veronica.
mustard on
Yeah.
that.
I almost added stay away from his parliament seat, but I didn't want to. I felt like that would be a bit of a layup, but I'm glad you guys got it. That's
And
awesome.
the guy's name was what?
Guy Fawkes.
No, the other guy. Lord
Oh, Monteagle.
Monteagle.
It might be Monteagle.
Monteagle.
Or like in British, it might be Monteagle.
Monty.
Either way,
but-
very silly.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
like it.
Monteagle, his footman. Yeah. Question number 8.
Neal's favorite is a footman.
What?
Neal's got to have a footman.
No, keep
at
the
all
footman.
times.
Is he Quentin?
Keep the footman
Yeah.
away from me, please.
Oh, I see.
Question number 8 is going to be in beads. Bees?
Bees?
Bees.
Beads.
Beads?
Bees.
Beads.
Oh, okay.
Bees.
Job's not on board. So I wanted to ask a Jason Statham beekeeper question because he learned the art of beekeeping for his Honey Hued Vengeance film, but I am not sure if there's anything we don't already know about the action hero at this point. Actually, side note, I tested this with Louis and he was like, another Jason Statham question, really? So
After the Jason Statham round.
So instead, a more boring question about the subspecies of honeybee, Apis mellifera linguistica, the most commonly distributed of all honeybees and arguably the most laid back. They come from what European country where the bees survived the last ice age?
The bees are just doing the hang loose sign all the time. They're so laid back. They're like, yeah.
I saw Working Man recently with Jason Statham. It's purportedly supposed to be in Chicago. My friend worked on the Chicago second unit, but it was filmed elsewhere. But there's a great line. He's meeting a drug dealer who's the head of a motorcycle gang, like this big guy who's actually British, but he's playing American. And the big guy shakes his hand. He goes, those are hands of a working man, I can tell. That's like,
and then everyone
like,
claps.
great title.
There's nothing I love more than dropping the film title in.
I say that every time I shake a man's hand. What was the question? Where do bees come from?
Yeah, basically there's a specific subspecies of honeybee, Apis mellifera linguistica, and it's the most commercially distributed of all honeybees. And they are genuinely, like, they don't really sting people. They're very chill, very laid back. They're like the nice bees.
So where do we think a nice bee would come from, Matt?
Finland.
A European country, too.
Sweden. They seem pretty nice.
I mean, Finland is still a European country. You didn't have to change your answer.
Okay. I did though, because I wasn't.
Maybe somewhere with a more warmer climate, though.
Okay.
I would say maybe.
I mean, they survived the ice age.
If they survived the last ice age, it could be all of continental Europe. Let's be honest. I'm pretty sure it dipped down pretty far. So.
What about like the Netherlands?
Oh, a Dutch bee.
Yeah, somebody's got to pollinate all those flowers, you know.
Say a Dutch boy.
Yeah,
a Dutch boy bee.
Dutch boy with his Dutch bees. The Dutch
Buzz.
You guys like that?
Yeah.
Plus they really got around the Dutch, you know, in the colonial times.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna say the Netherlands.
Well, now I'm mad at myself because game theory, I should have just made the answer Dutch, but it's actually the bees are found in the Alps, and so it's Italy.
Oh.
It's Italy. So the Ice Age clue is a bit misleading because it's Italy. And so that's how I think that's where the Ice Age came in, because they were very high up altitude in the Alps, but they are Italian bees.
Oh, why are you spraying my hive?
That's why bees love risotto.
Ken can do that. He's Italian.
I'm Italian.
So laid back.
Are you Italian, Anne? You can't do that if you're not.
Yeah, no. All right,
You gotta
edit that out. I can't.
break my pasta.
I thought I could if I did the hand motion. I'm doing it. Nobody
That
can
makes
see.
it worse. It makes it worse. My people.
Question number 9. Your quote is, "Oh, I can just taste those meaty leading man's parts in my mouth." It's actually kind of surprising it took this long to get to Tobias.
There's a fire.
It's burning.
We're having a
Oh,
fire.
the humanity.
Your question, consisting of brothers Michael and Kevin on vocals and guitar, what alliterative band formed in 1994 has released 7 studio albums and contributed multiple songs for movie soundtracks and scores, including a movie starring Kira Sedgwick? The band considers itself outside the mainstream, allowing for greater creative freedom, as both brothers have additional success in their respective fields.
They've got other fields. I'm just trying to think of alliterative band names. Good thing there's not very many.
Right?
Any initial impressions here about the brothers? Tyler?
I was going the same track as you with alliterative, and Beastie Boys are way before 94.
Yeah.
And I'll throw in a little hint that the category is I can just taste those meaty leading man parts in my mouth.
And the brothers' names were Michael and Kevin?
Michael and Kevin.
So are we going off the meaty?
94.
Leading man. One of them's a leading man, maybe.
Oh, yeah. That's got it.
You know
Yeah.
it?
I think it's got to be maybe the Bacon Brothers band. Kevin Bacon and his brother Michael.
Oh, Kira Sedgwick
Yeah.
being the clue.
Yeah, his wife, yeah.
Bacon Burger.
I've never heard of the Bacon Brothers band.
Bigger Brother band.
They consider themselves very outside the mainstream.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
they just play rock.
It's kind of wild to me that Kevin Bacon has apparently been in a band since 1994 and released 9 studio albums.
Oh, wow.
they've been nominated for stuff. They've done scores for a lot of kind of B movies, but Bacon Brother B movies. But it's the Bacon Brothers. That's what they call themselves.
The band's just been overshadowed by Hollow Man.
Yeah, I love their concept album on Mystic River.
Oh yeah, that's a good fun romp. That album.
Does that cut down on the degrees of separation with him doing soundtracks?
I don't know if that's allowed. Is that legal, Neal? Legal? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it has to be someone he was in a movie cast with, right? Like a.
Not
what if his voice is on a track that's in a cast? I don't know.
I mean, if he's in Balto, I think that counts because it's a voice actor. But
yeah,
I don't know about being in a band. I mean, that's tough.
Tough call. We gotta
consult Kira.
Consult the Council of 7 Degrees.
Yeah.
Yes, feel free to go listen to a bunch of Bacon Brothers and report back to me if it's any good. I didn't go experiment.
Yeah.
You can go listen to Bruce Willis sing his songs too, and then you'll have a real good night.
Yeah.
Some of them are catchy. One of them, maybe. Question number 10 is, I'm a monster. What regenerative television series and successful media franchise has included monsters such as Zygons, Adipose, Suntarans, and the Ood?
Feel good about this one.
Big fan of the Sultarans.
Yeah.
Actually, the Adipose. The Adipose are my favorite. They're so cute.
Sultarans are really good to put in soup.
Mm-hmm.
Do these? It sounds like the boys in the studio know this. Tyler, Matt, any rings of the bell?
Do you have any idea,
Not really.
Tyler?
My first thought was Doctor Who, just because it's been around so long, and it seems like there might be monsters.
Yeah, I thought either
Sounds
that
British.
or Battlestar Galactica was my other thought. But
I don't think there were that many monsters.
I didn't think so either.
in
There's just a couple
Battlestar.
of enemies there. So
I know
Also, never
Doctor
seen
Who.
Doctor Who, so
Doctor Who kind of has the monster of the week, I think,
I've also never seen Doctor Who.
based on Anne's
Yeah.
gasp.
Yeah. And I think Dalek was the one she didn't mention. I think is the big clue
Dalek,
there.
and then my favorite are the Weeping Angels.
I actually took Weeping Angels out of the question. So yes,
then I
you
would have
are
known it.
correct with Doctor Who. I did take out Weeping Angels because they are creepy. And the Silence, there are some creepy ones.
Yeah, Silence is creepy.
great.
Yeah.
What about the Clockwork ones? Trying to remember from that one episode, the Girl in the Mirror.
Yeah, there's some creepy ones.
Name
I'm not
monster.
convinced on Doctor Who. I need to be convinced. Might have to watch a few.
It's quite good.
Before we let Anne continue here, just wanted to say thank you to all of our patrons. If you'd like to join Anne and Tyler, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast. We have a ton of content over there. We've trying to do the math here. We think like at least 80 hours of content now, but for $5 a month, you can get all of that content. And for as little as $1 a month, you get all of our new episodes ad-free. So you can get rid of us shilling to you like this right now. And enjoy the episodes ad-free over on Patreon. And the app will actually go directly to your player, too. If you have the RSS feed, you can go to Spotify or go to your own Apple Podcast, whatever you use. You don't have to worry about going into the actual Patreon website or app because I know it can become temperamental. But join us over at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to join in on the fun today.
And we will get the next round after this quick break. All right, so we went out to the lobby to go in Neal's designated circle. And we're ready for the second round.
I had a really bad joke, but I kept it to myself.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I was going to say the designated place.
Oh, it's going to be another nice long bleep there. You're like three episodes straight. You're doing it. You're getting the nice long mystery bleeps in.
Well,
I'm just so happy I heard the real thing. Your first question of, let's say, the second half of the No Rules game is going to be in the category of take a look at Banner, Michael. on May 1st.
So stupid.
It's so many different banners. On May 1st, 2003, President George W. Bush gave a televised speech aboard an aircraft carrier with a large mission accomplished banner in the background. In his speech, he declared major combat operations were over in what country, even though fighting continued there for 8 more years before American withdrawal.
So I think Afghanistan was much longer than 8 more years.
This can be so many countries.
So I think it would have to be Iraq, right, Tyler?
Yeah.
So you guys agree with that? You remember this incident?
Well, yeah, I think it was Operation Iraqi Freedom that he was saying was successful. So
yeah. And on that note, I want to congratulate all of us on episode 1000. Good job, boys.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. We did it. Anne?
It's Operation Iraqi Freedom. We did it. We did it. In the 8 more years after that, it was nothing.
It was a victory
It
lap.
is Iraq. Yeah. And speaking of Iraq, your next category
George
is going to
Bush
be.
built some homes.
Yep, it's going to be in the quote. I'm not sure how solid as a rock helps people forget that we built houses in Iraq. Sounding a bit like an animated English law firm, what singing and songwriting duo listed at number 19 on Rolling Stone's 20 greatest duos of all time were responsible for the hits Solid, Found a Cure, and Stuff Like That?
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like a rock.
That's
Chevy Silverado.
who is that?
Yeah, but who sang it?
It's the
it's the Solid. Yeah.
Oh, solid as a rock.
As a rock.
Yeah,
That
okay.
one.
So not Brooks and Dunn.
Definitely not Brooks and Dunn.
Although you can't trust Rolling Stone's
Great
list.
duo.
They said like one of the greatest like freshman albums was like number 10 is like the Smiths or something like that. I saw the other day. So you can't trust them.
Captain and
Can't
Tennille.
trust them.
They're probably up there.
Ooh, they do make an appearance in Arrested Development.
true.
Love.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm looking at Rolling Stone's lists here because you're right. They do have these crazy lists. Let's see here.
I
I'm just
said
looking.
Fish was like the most important band of the 90s.
They did say that, yeah.
That's
a problem.
accurate.
It's not accurate.
Important to who?
It's accurate that they said it.
Tyler, any ideas here?
What was you said something about it sounds like a British law firm?
What's that pig that looks like a penis?
Oh, Peppa.
Peppa.
Oh, is it Salt
Peppa
and
Penis?
Peppa?
Yeah, maybe Salt and Peppa.
Even though there's a third person that they don't talk about.
Not Salt and Peppa?
Yeah, that's
Paprika?
That's DJ Spinnerella.
Yeah.
DJ Cumin.
DJ Cumin.
Do we know?
Sound Like a Rock. It was kind of like disco time. Trying to think.
Because nobody wants to do the Salt and Peppa.
I think one of the names is let me see. It sounds British. I think it might be like Ashland or something, or
I think you're just saying stuff.
Yeah, we don't know this one unless it's Salt and Peppa.
Okay.
So.
This is when Neal gets half points because he was on the right track.
or Ashford. I don't know.
I wish it was Salt and Peppa. The number 20 on their list is Black Keys, whereas number 18 is Sonny and Cher. So it's like, I feel like Sonny and Cher should have been higher. I don't know. But this band, you were close, Neal. It's Ashford and Simpson.
I'll take it.
Never heard
Ashford
of
and
But
Simpson.
you've heard the songs.
They were,
Apparently.
I know. They also rewrote Solid as a Rock for Obama's first inauguration, and it was Solid as Barack.
Solid. I was going to ask if they did that. Yeah.
No, he was solid as a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your third question in the second half is going to be, I personally have been called plant, egg, yam, but this category will be her. In the 2013 Spike Jonze movie Her, Scarlett Johansson voiced the AI assistant and love interest. In 2024, OpenAI withdrew one of its ChatGPT voice assistants after concerns were raised about how similar the voice sounded to Johansson's. For your points, you can name either the AI operating system in Her or the ChatGPT voice assistant that was removed, but I'm thinking between the 5 of you, you might be able to pull off both. Maybe?
Was it Jarvis?
Oh,
Am I
it's
close?
Jarvis, yes.
You are correct, Matt. It's Jarvis. Hold on.
May I
Jarvis.
please, sir?
You got it, bud.
Sorry, I can't let you do that, Dave.
Sorry, I can't say that.
Go ahead, I'll bleep
You
it.
can't
Of course,
say-
I'm going to bleep what I said,
was
too.
like-
No,
so-
I was just going to. Sorry, Dave. It's
Oh, I'll just say
ChatGPT.
it's tough to be cut.
ChatGPT Edge.
It really did sound like ScarJo, though. It really sounded like her.
What was the name of that one?
Do we know
Her?
Do we know the AI, the real life AI then?
I think the one. Are you looking for the name of the actual voice thing?
Mm-hmm. The setting. That was the.
Because I think the name, because it also started with, I think it was Sky, because it was like Scarlet and they both had S's, but I don't know if that's the name of the program.
We'll take that.
We'll take a Sky.
We'll take
and
it
then the one in her is Samantha, who was previously voiced by Samantha Morton before she was.
Oh, that's right.
Unceremoniously dismissed.
Rude. But correct. Samantha is the AI's name, and Sky was the one that ChatGPT had to pull.
Nice.
Good job. Question 4. Oh, no, I'm not in the group yet. No, I'm afraid I just blew myself. Just record yourself on a tape recorder. What Major League Baseball team rebranded in 2008 from their previous colors of green and white to navy, Columbia blue, and gold? This new Blue Man Group went on to have their first winning season and playoff berth in franchise history.
I think I know it, but I'll hold off if anyone wants to make guesses.
What do you think, Tyler?
I'm leaning towards the Royals, but
so the Royals,
they surely had winning seasons.
Yeah, they
that.
were in the World Series in the 80s. This is a team that they, I believe, found Jesus and took the devil out of their name, if I recall.
Oh, Tampa Bay?
And I think they just became the Rays. And then they rebranded and made the playoffs.
Huh.
That's correct. Game theory again. My hometown team.
Your hometown team.
Hometown team. In 2008, and I actually ended up working for them a couple years later, so it was still very, very fresh. I was there for the game 162 year that Evan Longoria made it into the playoffs. But yeah, it was a big deal that they did a whole complete marketing rebrand, removed Devil, and then ended up actually having a winning season for like the first time ever. It really lit a fire under their navy and Columbia gold and blue themselves. Question 5. I hear the jury's still out on science. Between July 2007 and 2010, a hearing by the United Kingdom's General Medical Council examined charges of professional misconduct against Andrew Wakefield for his 1998 paper published in The Lancet, which falsely claimed a proven link between what two things? Yep. The publicity surrounding this paper launched a controversial worldwide movement that still persists today, opposing the majority of studies and scientific opinion and the fact that the GMC charged Wakefield with dishonesty, irresponsibility, acting against the interests of his patients, and being paid to conduct the study.
Shall we all say it together?
Let me tell you about my friend
Andrew Wakefield.
Andrew
if
Wakefield.
You got the bleep button out already. He has it coming.
Well, it's not so much that it's out or not out. It's how many times I have to manually put it in.
Yeah.
But it's worth it for this cause. Vaccines do not cause autism.
They do not.
Do you all happen to know the specific vaccine that he wrote the paper on?
MMR?
Yes, It was the MMR vaccine. So if I had asked you to be more specific, you still would have gotten it.
Well, the children,
What do you think about that,
children can't show their autism if they die from measles, mumps, or rubella. So I guess they're right there.
The only vaccine is true American blood.
I did like that. But I will say...
Mr. Kennedy, one of your seams is opening and the black mold is pouring out.
His name's Jeremy.
But here's the thing. I don't know how he's going to find a cure to autism because it's not a disease. It's
you're not.
It's not a disease.
Last I checked, I think you're born with it.
Yeah, it's just a way that your brain functions. It's not a disease.
Well,
it infuriates me to no end.
I disagree.
Mr. Kennedy,
What is
please
this
excuse
character?
yourself.
We know. Okay.
I wanted to take a dump, but Neal said I couldn't yet.
New character that won't make the air.
Sounds like
I
it is
love this
backed up
character.
all the way to your brain.
I like the RFK character. I like him as a character, not as a man, but as a character. Pretty good.
It's like the SNL version of him.
Well, not too far off though.
Yeah.
Not very much of a parody.
No, sadly. Anyway, question number 6. Yes, I create a diversion and you grab George Michael and go. We need a name. Maybe Operation Hot Mother. Inaugural Dancing with the Stars celebrity and mother of 2 of Rod Stewart's 8 children, which I learned today. Rachel Hunter may be best known to millennials for receiving a naked massage in the backyard and stripteasing in the living room during a preteen's fantasy in the music video for what 2003 one-hit wonder?
Oh, well.
Tyler's nodding. He's seen this video a couple times, it seems like.
Does this video awaken you?
This sounds like it awoke a fountain.
Ooh.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Fountains of Wayne's.
Is this
Stacy's mom?
Stacy's mother. Yes. Correct.
Have you guys watched this video recently?
Every day. Every morning, Neal's alarm goes off at 5:30 a.m. and he watches Stacy's mom to get it.
I am just so impressed at how much they got away with in this video. I mean, I get it's 2003; it's like 80 years ago, but
real pop-up
it is.
I was gonna say for Jeff, it's definitely a pop-up video.
Well, Neal gets up that early. Like I said, he watches Stacy's mom and then Call on Me, and then
Eric Prydz,
and then he goes for a run.
Yeah.
And a steam, and then
I end
after
with
the steam, he goes to his corner.
Yeah.
And then I watch Chris Isaac on the beach.
And I was gonna ask for the artist, but it was the easier part of this question seemed to be pulling Fountains of Wayne. So good on ya.
Yes, we have 13 of these right for 130 imaginary points.
Before we continue, I just want to throw it to Tyler. I'm going to put you on the spot, Tyler. Have you been enjoying all of the content? Is it too much content, not enough content? How are you feeling with all the Patreon content?
It's just the right amount of content. There's always just enough for me to download before I catch a flight. So it is my in-flight entertainment all across the country.
But not enough to make you sick.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need the barf bag. Well, that's good because you travel for work. So I'm glad that it's working out for you, and you can hopefully laugh by yourself and get all the other people on the plane worried.
We're a great alternative to raw dog in a flight. We've always said that.
Yeah. If I go down in a plane crash, you guys, I want you to know I was listening to your voices. So you can hang that.
I hope this isn't the last thing you
I don't
hear.
know if I want that.
The last thing I want to hear is Jeff's voice too.
And you will.
But yeah, if you'd like to listen to us before you expire in any way, please go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast and help support the show, and we'll be there for you even in your last breaths.
And and with that, we'll be
so
back.
messed up.
We'll take a little break. We'll recompose ourselves.
need it.
We'll be right back. And we're back, and we got a few more questions for you. Anne, take it away.
Thank you, Ken. Question number 7. I'd rather be dead in California than alive in Arizona.
Amen.
All that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change. From the parable of the sower is the inscription on the gravestone of what Hugo, Nebula, and Locus Award winner, the only science fiction writer to receive the MacArthur Foundation Genius Grant. This grave is located in Altadena, California, near her Pasadena birthplace.
So,
Pretty good idea.
I was thinking this might be the Wrinkle in Time author.
Oh.
Is that wrong?
Oh,
Are they alive?
I don't know if Madeline L'Engle is alive.
I don't know if she would be after the movie came out, but
Oh.
So
Wasn't
it sounds
that
like
bad.
some of us have an idea. Tyler, any idea for you?
I've got both of the parable books by Octavia Butler right behind me.
ooh,
That would have been my guess. Parable of the Sower is Octavia Butler's classic Hugo-winning novel.
I trust Tyler.
Good pull, Tyler. Not that it was a pull, because you are a fan. You're definitely a fan. I think I didn't know much about her and kind of looked up more about her because of a bonus that Jeff did. I want to say he worked her into a bonus question.
About
So yes, this
woodworking,
is
though,
Octavia Butler.
See, just providing.
Glad you got some props.
Yeah, on Patreon, providing some insight for us, Jeff.
Madeline LeAngle is sadly no longer with us, but she was with us till 2007.
What do you say about people who are sadly still with us?
They're sadly still with us.
A lot of those these days.
Question number 8 was a bit of a personal, fun question that I wrote. So if you don't even get it right, it's not a big deal. But this is definitely for me. Question number 8 category is going to be Dead Dove, Do Not Eat.
Amen.
The 1969 Monty Python's Flying Circus sketch Dead Parrot has been one of the most requested and performed skits by the troupe throughout their history. In the skit, John Cleese uses almost 20 variations of dead for the parrot. And out of the following list, I want you to give me which one was not one of them. He run down the curtain, bereft of life, snuffed out, shuffled off his mortal coil, defunct, joined the bleeding choir invisible, and ex-parrot.
I think
This is getting a bit too silly.
I have a
So
hunch.
I feel like
hunch.
I feel like the mortal coil is in there, right?
Yeah, that's got to be in there. Yeah.
Or is that
That's my hunch.
is that what it? Okay.
That's my hunch because
Okay.
it's very common.
He's in
So we had Mortal Coil. We had Snuffed.
Snuffed out seems
Snuffed out.
right.
for the era.
Many of those are very familiar to me, but the Mortal Coil and the Run Down the Curtain would be my guesses. But I think Mortal Coil.
I like that.
Maybe he's just pining for the fjords, but we're going to say...
Pining for the
We're
fjords.
just going to say Mortal Coil.
I actually did sneak in 2
Oh.
that weren't. So He Run Down the Curtain is in there. Bereft of Life is in there. Snuffed Out is not in there. I felt that was very British, though, so I figured it might get you. Shuffled Off His Mortal Coil is in there.
Oh.
Defunct is not.
Oh.
And then Join the Bleeding Choir Invisible, and the last line of the skit, if they don't go off to Ipswich, is he's an ex-parrot. So yeah, he ends with ex-parrot. Question 9. I was a professional twice over, an analyst and a therapist, the world's first analrapist. The origin of the word podcast is a portmanteau of iPod and broadcast, said to be first used by The Guardian in 2004. What late 80s MTV VJ and host of MTV's Headbangers Ball founded Pod Show in 2005, the advertising company that produces his podcast, Daily Source Code. He's considered one of, if not the first podcast, this pod father, who seems to be one of Joe Rogan's favorite guests to discuss conspiracy and wild theories like the moon isn't real.
I thought Conan O'Brien invented podcasts a few years ago.
I
That's what I had
wish.
heard.
He reinvented
Oh,
them.
that's
That's
what
for
it was.
sure.
Yeah.
I wish it was Downtown Julie Brown, but
Jesse Camp, is he still around? Probably
Did you
not.
spend a lot of time with the VJs back in the day, Tyler?
Did, but I'm drawing a blank on this one. She said the name of the podcast. It was the Daily something, and I feel like that's too on the nose to go with Carson Daly.
Yeah, he was later.
I thought you said that the person was dead. Is that correct or is that incorrect?
Incorrect. I do believe they are still alive.
Fortunately or unfortunately?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, they might still be alive.
Okay.
yeah, I'm at a loss.
So I don't think we know this one.
I'm trying to think of people who are on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Anne.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Edward
supposedly,
Snowden.
the pod father who has the daily source code, his name is Adam Curry.
It was Adam Curry. Okay. You said that name once,
So
right?
it did. I think Neal might have almost.
Yeah, but I
got
don't
it.
know
just
who.
listed
I didn't know
all
who
of
it was.
them,
Just
so-
listing VJs. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So the last question in the second half would be in Big Yellow Joint. In 1979, Big yellow joint. In 1979, Coca-Cola reached out to musician Donovan to ask for his blessing in using the name Mellow Yellow for a new soda designed to compete with Mountain Dew. Donovan later said he was all for it, though admittedly surprised given the origins of the phrase Mellow Yellow. While there were rumors in the 70s that referred to smoking dried banana peels, Donovan clarified that the real inspiration was something else entirely, something also referenced in the origin of the band name Steely Dan.
Oh.
Do you have any ideas?
Tyler's nodding here, yeah.
That was all
This is
about
right up there with Fountains of Wayne for me.
Steely Dan.
Yep.
So what do I say? Yeah.
What's the non-beepable way to...
I believe it would be a sex toy.
Toys?
There we go.
Yeah. I mean, haha, you have to bleep out dildo, but yes.
I don't think I do need to bleep that out. I think that's okay.
Yeah, okay. Yes, the professional term is dildo.
Cures hysteria. It's all medical. You guys are medical people.
Yeah.
And he saw it on the back of an advertisement for the Mellow Yellow,
Yeah. If we could say
Female
a now
item.
rapist, we could say dildo, I think.
I think so. Just not 5 times. We're at 4 right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think
The
I
man
counted
inside
correctly.
me.
Hopefully, yeah. All right. After the game has been played here, it looks like we only got 5 of these wrong, giving us a total of 150. What do we trading today? Frozen bananas. 150 frozen bananas. How about that?
Yeah.
I can do. Oh, I can do one more question if you want to do all or nothing.
Oh yeah, we're
let's
putting
do it.
all the frozen bananas
There's
on the
always
line.
questions in the
on
banana
one more
stand.
question.
Especially if it's Muppet related.
Right. I need to keep my trend going that either, I have to make some sort of Muppet and or Simpsons reference like every time I'm on. So the last alternate question I had was Franklin said some things that Whitey wasn't ready to hear.
Oh, no.
Franklin Delano Bluth.
Quality Franklin.
Sorry. Just kidding. Too good.
There's too much material, honestly. Franklin was Job's puppet, and it wouldn't be my game without a Muppet question. So in 2014's movies Muppets Most Wanted, the puppet ensemble sings many songs like I Can Give You What You Want, Big House, We're Doing a Sequel, and I'm Number One, written by one half of what famous New Zealand duo known for their live comedy in the early 2000s?
Yep. Great
But
band.
which one?
We need the duo, right?
Brent?
The name of the duo.
Go for both. The duo was what I was looking for. If you can give me the individual.
So we're saying Brett
Brett McKenzie?
Flight of the Conchords.
Correct. And I can do that. Brett. It's David Bowie, Brett.
So I guess that brings us to 300 frozen bananas, and one free one for.
What could that cost, Ken? $3,000?
That's right. One free one for Job, right? Because he's got the animation rights for now. And yeah, that'll do it for the game. We really enjoyed that, Anne. Any final shout-outs from you?
No, this is a blast. Thank you guys for giving me an excuse to kind of write some fresh questions and have some fun with it. And also, I basically rewatched the Arrested Development first 3 seasons because it kind of goes downhill from there, but we don't speak about it.
Yeah.
But that was fun. It was a lovely time to rewatch all of those.
Excellent. Yeah. And you're one of our creams of the crop today. Creams of the crop. Cream of the crops.
Cream of the
I don't know.
crops?
What do we
Creams
say?
of the crops.
Creams of the crop. And Tyler is the other cream of the crop. And how did you enjoy your time here on Triviality today?
It's everything that I hoped it would be. Just shout out to Bob Barker. Don't forget to spay and neuter your kids.
Wait a minute.
I think that's right.
I think you got that a little wrong, but
That's amazing.
we're gonna be cool with it.
I'm cool with it.
And on that note, we're done here, right, Matt?
I think that we are done here.
The only thing we have to do is say thank you to Airwave Media, our network. You can find them at airwavemedia.com. Check out other shows like Pax Britannica, The Film Vault, and Rainbow Puppy Science Lab.
And just to throw Ken off, I'm going to say support us once again on Patreon. It's cheaper than a cup of cappuccino, whatever that costs.
$10.
$10.
And well, that'll do it. Thank you, Jeff. And thank you, Matt, Neal, our guests. And I'm Ken. That was Triviality.
The
Bye.
show where the color blue on the map is land.
There you go.